Good morning, students. Today we will start chapter 3, that is data handling. So first we will go with the term that we are using in the chapter name data handling, that is data. Data means collecting information. Information means just suppose that we want to collect the marks of maths, temperature of cities, like that. Whatever the information we are collecting, that is called data. But remember one thing, before collecting the information, we should know for what purpose we are collecting the data. Otherwise, no use of collecting the data. Just suppose I want to collect the marks, but why I am collecting the marks? To compare with the previous marks or to compare with the other children. Means whenever we are collecting the information which is called data, we should have the reason, or means for particular reason we should collect the data. Now we will take different types of data. That first is primary data. Primary data means that just suppose I want to collect the marks of the students or the father's name of the students of 7th F, just suppose. If I am going to your class, means going to the 7th F class or any section of the 7th, and if directly collecting the information from the students only. Just suppose I'm going to a class and asking the students about parents' name or their marks, whatever the information I need. Then it means when the information collected directly from the students, that is called your primary data. Now secondary data, just suppose I need the names, father's names or whatever I need. I'm not collecting the information directly from the person whose information I'm collecting. I'm using the second source. Just suppose I'm collecting the 8th B student's name, and if I'm not collecting directly from the students and I'm collecting this information from their class teacher, it means class teacher is not the direct person whose information I'm collecting. I'm collecting the student's name of her class, his or her class. It means that is the secondary source from which I am collecting the information. That is called secondary data. What is raw data? Just suppose I want the marks of your maths, whatever the test I have taken or whatever. If I am writing the marks of the students, like just suppose first student is sitting, I am writing the name, that Arnav getting 30 marks, Abhishek getting out of 40, it's 35 out of 40, like this. I'm just collecting directly and making a rough list, as sometimes anyone comes in front of you and taking that list, whatever the information they want, they're collecting. Means in a rough way, when we take the data, that is called the raw data. But according to the arrangement, means according to the need, if we arrange the rough material in ascending or in descending order, means we are arranging the information according to our need, that is called array. Means when the data is arranged, raw data when arranged in ascending or descending order, that is called array. So students, this was about data. Now what is organization of the data? Just suppose I am collecting the marks. Means you have getting, just suppose 5 students are there. One is Arnav, another is Abhishek, third one is Rahul, Payal and Minakshi. If I am collecting the marks and if I am writing test was of 20 marks and I am collecting the marks, and just suppose this student get 9 marks, this getting 18 marks, this getting 7 marks, this student is getting 20 marks, this student is getting 15 marks. I have written the name and I have written the marks in particular subject, then I have written this. So just this I want to arrange in my according to the requirement, that first this student has the roll number 2, this roll number have 5, this 6, 7, 5 students are there. So this student has roll number 1, this is having 3 and this is having 4. So this list is not according to the roll number wise and not according to the mark wise. Just I have taken the information from the students. If this information I want to arrange roll number wise, then first what I will write, roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will write Rahul's name first, then Arnav, and then 3 is Payal, and then 4 is Meenakshi, and then 5th is Abhishek. One way is that I am just arranging this information roll number wise. So what are the Rahul's marks is 7, what are the Arnav's marks 9, what are the Payal's marks 20, Meenakshi's 15 or Abhishek marks 18. One way is that I am arranging the list roll number wise. Another way, maybe I just want to arrange this list according to the highest to lowest. Means highest marks Payal is getting. So first I will write the name of Payal. She is getting 20. Then Abhishek's name I will write 18. Then I will write Meenakshi's name 15. Then Arnav's name 9, and then Rahul's name 7. Means this is also another way to arrange this data. So any arrangement of the data according to the need, means if we are arranging the data according to our need, that we can in any form, that is called that organization of data. So whenever we are collecting the data, we should know for which purpose we are collecting the data. Without purpose, no need, means no use to collect the data. So whenever we are collecting the data, for the requirement, for which requirement we are collecting, we should know for that. So this was about organization of the data. Now students, we will go with, now we have discussed about different type of data and organization of the data. Now we will discuss representative values. Many times you have listened about the topic that average. Just suppose I'm asking you how many hours you do the study in your homes every day. For particular student, if I am asking, that child will say that one day I am studying for 6 hours, 5.5 hours, another day 6.5 hours, like this. So it looks very odd. Just suppose someone is coming from me and asking me that how many hours I am working in my home. Say one day I am working Monday or Tuesday, any particular day. Means one day I am working for 5 hours. Second day, just suppose I am working for 5 and 15 minutes. And third day, just suppose 4 and 45 minutes, like this. It means not exactly every day I'm doing the work. Exact is not there. But just suppose first day I'm saying 5 hours I'm working. Second, I'm saying 5.5 hours I'm working. Another day, just suppose I'm saying 4.5 I'm working. Another day, just suppose I'm saying 5 hours 15 minutes I am working. So it means it's not the exact I am working, but what we use, if I will tell the particular student, means if I am just telling my information like this, it's look very bad. So what I will say that exactly means average. What we will use the concept average, means I am just doing work for 5 hours, near about 5 hours, not exactly 5 hours, near about 5 hours. Means my working hours, average of my working hours is 5 hours. It means my average of the working hour is 5 hours, but it doesn't mean that it's exactly 5 hours. It can be up also, it can be down also. So in our daily life we are using this word average. So mathematical, how we will find it? It means 5 hours, whatever I am just telling. See, if we will look for this data, this is the minimum, this is the maximum. It means 5 hours lies between minimum and maximum hours of working hours. This, it means average lies between the minimum value and the maximum. It means it lies in the center of the data. Is it? So average, whatever we are consider, just was average we have considered something. So it means we are not working exactly for that, we are around of that. It means that average is in the center. So it means average is a representative value, means average representing our data, means our working hours or other the information. It means average is a representative value which shows the central tendency. So it means it's a central tendency point. It means it lies in the center, not exactly that, it can be exactly also sometime, but it works, it moves around of that data. So average is a representative value. Now we will see, just suppose any child, Rahul is saying, I am studying 5 hours first day, 7 hours on the second day. So what will be the average? So how to find the average? Average means it not exactly 5, not 7, means around of it. So how we will find? We will add them and we will divide number of observation. Number of observation means how many days we observe him. If we are taking for next day also, just suppose I am taking this 8 hours, then 3 observations are there. These are called first observation, second and third. Then we will, how to find the average? We will add them and we will divide. How many observations are these? 3. So 20 by 3. This would be 6.666 like this. It means what is the average of this data? That I will say, Rahul will say, I am just reading 6.5 hours per day. But it will not be exactly 6.5 hours, maybe less than of it, maybe greater than of it, maybe exactly of that. So it means we have the mathematical, how to find average, mathematical formula. Average means sum of observations divided by number of observations. Now we will talk about the next formula, range. Just suppose we have collected some information and you can easily observe what is the highest value and what is the minimum value. If we will subtract them, so what is the range? Range means maximum value, difference between maximum and minimum value. Maximum value and minimum value. So these two formulas we will discuss in today's lecture. First I am going to discuss exercise 3.1. So some questions I will discuss with you and some questions I will give you as a homework. See, first question, exercise. So we have done average, that sum of observation divided by number of observation, and range means difference between maximum value and minimum value of the data. So we will use these two formulas. In first question, I want you to do yourself. In second question, you will do yourself. So I am writing the homework part also. First and second of exercise 3.1. Second also you will do yourself. Third, find the mean. Average, another name for average is arithmetic mean and mean also. So we will do third question first, that find the mean of first 5 whole numbers, means find the average of first 5 whole numbers. So what are the first 5 whole numbers? Whole numbers started from 0. So first whole number is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So if they ask to find its range, so what is the maximum value? 4. And what is the minimum value of this data? 0. So what would be the range? Maximum value minus minimum. So it will be 4. But they are asking to find mean. Mean means average. Average means sum of observations. sum of observations divided by number of observations. So observations are these. So 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. How many observations are these? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we will add it. 7, 9, 10. 10 by 5, it's 2. So question number 1. This is your homework. Question number 1. I am writing the homework part this side. Exercise 3.1. Question number 1, 2, 3 we have discussed. Question number 4. Some questions I will send you and some I am giving you the homework. So question number 4 you will do yourself. Now see question number 5. Question number 5 of this exercise. What is given? 3 players are given. Name of the players A, B, C. 3 players are there and they are playing 3 games. Game 1, game 2, game 3 and they are playing 4 games. And A player is getting 14, 16, 10 and 10. Third 0, 8, 6, 4. And C is getting 8, 11 and this game he didn't play. And in this he is getting 30. First I just want to tell how to find the average of each player. Means this player 1, player 2, player 3 means A, B, C. 3 players are there and they are playing 4 games. And first we will find the average of each player. Average of player A. So player A. See what are the observations? 14, 16. He played all 4 games and he is getting 14, 16, 10 and 10. Just suppose I am asking from player A, what is your average score? He will not tell that in first game I am getting this, second game this, third this and fourth. He will tell the average. It means average of player A would be sum of observations. Means 14 plus 16 plus 10 plus 10. How many games he played? 4. So, but it would be 20, 30 and 40. It will be 14, 20, 30 and it will be 50. 50 by 4, 25 by 2 is 12.5. So, what is the average of the player A is 12.5. So, what is the average of this player A is 12.5. Now, what is the average of B? Sum of observation means 0 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 by 4. Because he played all 4 games. In first game he is getting 0 but he played. So we will count it. Means either he is playing or not. If he is not playing then we can't count. But if he is playing getting 0 we will count it. So 0 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4. So it's 10 plus 8, 18 by 4, 9 by 2. It will be 4.5. Now see, what is the average of player C? He is playing 3 games. He is not playing game 3. So if he is not playing third game, so we will not consider this. So he has played 3 games. So we will observe 3 observations. So for player C, we will add these 3 observations and we will divide by 3, not by 4. Why not by 4? Because game 3 he didn't play. If he is playing and getting 0, then we will divide by 4. Like for this B, we have counted. Score is getting 0, but he played. But this game not played by him, so we will not count. We will just add these 3 terms and we will divide it by 3. So what will be this? You will add it. You will add this 19 and 3, 22, 32 by 3. 32 by 3 means 10.6. So average of C is 10.6, average of B is 4.5 and average of player A is 12.5. Now they asked find the mean of, means we will find all players mean. Now they are asking when we are finding the average of player C, then we will divide by 3 or 4. We will divide it by 3. Why we will divide it by 3? Because one game was not played by him. And then they are asking who is the best player, whose average is more will be the best player. So average of A is 12.5, which is more than of these two. So who is the best player? That is player A. Now students, we will discuss question number 8. So it means question number 6, question number 7 and question number 9 will be your homework. Now we will find out days are given to us. But the days are given Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And rainfall in millimeter given to us. Means 1 week was observed and the rainfall collected, the information of rainfall was collected in millimeter, that is 0.0, 12.2, 2.1, 0.0, 20.5, 5.5 and 1.0. They are asking about the range rainfall. Range means in millimeter. Range means maximum value of the data minus minimum value of the data. Range means that gives the difference between maximum and minimum value of that data. So we have observed these rainfall in millimeter on particular days. So on Monday 0.0 like this all. So if we are observing from all these, this is the maximum value and this is the minimum value. So what would be a range? 20.5 minus 0.0 gives you only 20.5. So this is your range. Now the next part, they are asking the mean rainfall. Mean means they are finding the average. Average means sum of observation divided by number of observation. We have to write the formula first. So you will write the formula. So sum of observation means 0.0 plus 12.2, 2.1, 0.0, 20.5, 5.5 plus 1.1, and how many observations are there? 7 days. So we will write divide by 7. Now how to add the decimal numbers? So you can do in rough work. 0.0, this is your ones place, this is your 10th place. Down to ones place will be there. So it will be 12.2, now 2.1 like this, then 0, 0.0 and then 20.5, decimal to decimal, 5.5 and 1.0. Now you will add it. It's 3 and 10, 13. 1 will be here. It's 2, 4, 5, 10, 11. 1 will be here. It's a 4. So what it will be? 41.3 by 7. Now how to divide 41.3 by 7? So you will 7 5s are 35. 6 will be the remainder. So it's when we are getting it down to it, just see digits finish before decimal. So we will put decimal here. Now when we are taking down to it, we will not put decimal. So 63 directly, 7 9s are 63. So what is that? Average 5.9. Now in third part, they are asking on how many days was the rainfall less than the mean rainfall. So what is the mean rainfall? 5.9 millimeter. So Monday it is less than 5.9. Tuesday, so it means I am just writing the days on which it is less than. On Monday 12.2, Tuesday it's greater than the mean rainfall. Wednesday, that is 2.1, it's less than 5.9. So Wednesday would be there. Then Thursday also less. Friday greater, 5.5. Saturday also less. Sunday 1.0 also less. So how many days having less rainfall compared to the mean rainfall, that how many days are there? 5 days, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. So students, based on this, you have to complete your exercise 3.1. Now I am taking your example, you will do yourself similar to this. Now I am just telling you to take the try these, page number 61. Try these, page number 61. One question we will do, that find at least 5 numbers between 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. We have to find 5 numbers between 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. As we have discussed, the average lies between that both the numbers, means minimum and the maximum value of that data. So here both the values are given to us. We have to find 5 numbers between them. So we can use the concept of average. Average always lies between the given values. So lies between given values means many values are there. So average always lies between minimum and maximum. So it lies around of that, but it lies always between minimum and maximum value. So now if you want to compare which one is minimum and which one is maximum, first you can compare this by cross multiplication. Then you can observe 1 into 3 gives you 3, 2 into 1 gives you 2. So it means 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 3. So it means how to find now 5 numbers between this. So first number would be, means we will use a concept of average. And how to find the average? Sum of the observation divide by number of observation. How many observation are these? 2. So we will divide it by 2. So how to add 2 fractions? By taking the LCM. 3 2s are 6. This will be 3 and we will divide it, gives you 2. 2 will be multiplied to the numerator, gives you 2. So 5 by 6 divide by 2. So 5 by 6, 2 can be written as 2 by 1. So multiply 1 by 2. So it will be, here it is 5 by 6. So it will be 5 by 12. So 5 by 12 lies between these two numbers. So what is the first number? We will write the sequence here. 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 5 by 12 lies between these two. So now we will find between them and then between them. So now another number, second number, we are finding the number between 1 by 2 and 5 by 2. It means average, means if we are finding a number between them, we can find the average of these two numbers. 5 by 2, adding these two numbers by dividing by, we can put division sign like this also or like this also. So 12 would be the LCM. So 6 and it will be 5 divide by 2, 2 by 1. It's 11 by 12, divide change to multiply, it's 1 by 2, it's 11 by 24. It means 11 by 24 lies between 1 by 2 and 5 by 12. Now third number we are finding between these two. Now 5 by 12, we will add them and we will divide by 2, because if we are finding a number between these two, we will use the concept of average. So we will just take the LCM 12, it will be 5, it's 4, divide by 2 by 1. So 9 by 12 multiply 1 by 2, so 9 by 24. So you can say it's 12 LCM divided gives you 1. 1 will be multiplied to this 5. It's 4. 4 will be multiplied to this 4. 9 by 12. Divide change to multiply and it's get reverse 1 by 2. So 9 by 24 lies between 1 by 3. Now between 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 we have find 3 numbers. And rest 2 you will find yourself. You can find between these two, these two, these two, or these two. It's your wish. You can find in any form. So we have just covered the exercise 3.1 and whatever the homework is given to do, you have to do in your fair notebook. That's all for today, students. Take care and stay healthy.